Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm here to talk about which is the best race for raids. So it's going to be based on my opinion, what I think, and I'm going to be rating them and also talking about pros and cons. Thank you guys so much for that 1,000 subs. I really appreciate that. You guys are really helping me grow and I want to post more content. Honestly, you guys are like motivating me so much at a point that I'm actually excited. So if we reach to 1,500 subs, I'll be doing a perm fruit giveaway and it's going to be perm light. All you got to do is watch till the end to how to enter this giveaway, and also make sure to hit that subscribe button and like button. I really appreciate it, guys. You guys are honestly the best. So let's get right into it. So right here is going to be the list of who I'm ranking. And first off, we're going to put these two race aside because honestly, mink and human are good, but they're just not good in raids. They're more really useless in a way, and I never seen people use these raids except for mink, and most of those times those mink get carried in a way, and same thing with human. So for now, we're going to rank by these four: angel, shark, cyborg, and ghoul. We're gonna just talk about these four rays, about the pros and the cons, so let's get right into it. So our first contestant, it will be Shark, and we're gonna be talking about how it is, how it works, how it's explained in this raid. What we're gonna be doing is just doing dough raids because it's short, it's fast, and it's easy to do, to like time it, to do all this extra sorts. But we're gonna be talking about Shark a little bit. So we're gonna first talk about is the pros and the cons. Raid edition only. I'll probably talk a little bit about PvP, but the first pro about it is that the water immunity helps a lot, because when it comes to raids, it only you only have a certain amount of jump, and sometimes you fell in the water and you take a little damage, and then etc, and you get a little bit worried about water. But most of the time there's Buddha users, dough users, flying users, etc, and sword users that can literally go across the map. So that's not a big pro, but honestly it's just out there. Now the V3 ability, known as the water body damage or whatever it's called, that's the second pro, is that it can endure so much damage. It's literally a tanky. When it comes to doing a dough raid or a Buddha raid, you take excessive amount of damage when it comes to their abilities. You literally almost die or halfway there. But honestly, when you use the water body technique, gives you an extra tanky. You can literally tank that like a champ. Like you're literally Iron Mike Tyson. The third pro is that the damage reduction. Again, it's crazy because when you or awaken your ability, you have a special ability that gives you a overall health. Now that's honestly crazy to think that you get an overall health to like protect you from other things, and it's really good. It's honestly really good, because when it comes to raids, again, if you're like very skeptical that you think you're gonna die, you can just pop out your V4 shark ability and you have an extra amount of health. I just call it a shield, an extra shield, and you can just tank no matter how much you do. And the good part about it is that literally every time you hit an enemy, it regenerates. Now that's kind of overpowered when it comes to raids, and that's what it does. It's honestly cool. It's badass, excuse my language, but it's so cool. This is really good for the beginners when it comes to like raids. Even though if without the V4 ability, the water body thing is that it can still helps a beginner in raids because you're not taking excessive amount of damage. The fourth pro is that it slows enemies down. When you want an enemy to be slowed down, you just hit them with 1-2 punch, as like, again, Iron Mike Tyson. It can literally slow the enemies down. When you need to regenerate your health, you just step back and there's literally slow down. Now the con, even though it's like a heavy bodybuilder, you got to realize it's heavy. When it comes to heavy, they're really slow. It's honestly, when you want to do everything fast, Shark is not to go. Shark is just a heavy tank Mike Tyson build, and you're just taking excessive amount of damage and putting overall health. Even though it's good, I'll honestly put it between, I'll give it like what, a 1 out of 10. I'll give it a 6, because when it comes to you want to do everything fast when frag farming, Shark is just not the way to go, because it's not doing AoE damage. Honestly, that's the only con that I could think of. Even though Shark is good, it's just sometimes you have to wait for these water body abilities, and it's like you got to be very careful. Even though Shark is immortal, there is a way to die by, such as doing dough raids or Buddha. You shouldn't die while using the Shark ability, because again, you're like physically immortal unless you're getting comboed by like what, Tendo users, etc., or teamed by other PvP players. But pretty much, I like Shark very much, and it was my first V4, and I was so grateful that it was my first. It's really good for beginners, and I think other people should use Shark when you first want to figure out which race you want to do. Even though I like Shark very much, it's just like, even though he deserved to be in B tier, I just think that he's a C tier in my opinion, because he's just too slow for me, and when I want things to be killed really fast and do everything fast, Shark is just not my guy, but he's really good for beginners. I'll keep the other race a little bit short, giving my opinion about these, because I did for some reason I was recording them short because I always keep forgetting, because I was reading my live comments because I go live stream. But I'll keep this Angel race short, so honestly we're just gonna skip through this. So the pros about Angel is that you can heal fast when it comes to damaging, so just in case if you're like getting heavily damaged and having a extremely low health, you can back away, heal yourself. Second pro is that when you awaken your V4 ability, you could either have two I'm assuming two things. I think it was having high boost, and the other one was having the ability to make enemies kneel. Now I want to talk about this a little bit more, is because that when it comes to kneeling with these guys, when you use your V4 abilities, that when you kneel them, they take damage as well. So you could just keep hitting them with Mike Tyson combos while making them kneel at the same time. Now the third pro is that when you also use your awaken ability, the V4, you can start flying away when you take a little bit too damage. So every time you get into a heated moment, you could simply just fly away. Now, don't get me wrong with Angel V4, there's nothing wrong with it. It's actually perfect the way it is. It's perfectly balanced, except for maybe PvP wise. When you try to fight someone, they'll probably run away. Now, for raid wise, it's actually kind of good. I'll rate it to like a 5 out of 10. And you're wondering that even though it's good, how come it's not better than Shark? It's the same thing as Shark, but a little bit different, because Shark is very tanky, while Angel is like more of a tank build, but just a little bit of a tank build, I mean. But it's more like in the healing wise. Now, the cons about Angel is, the first con I want to talk about is the V4 ability. When it comes to using the V4 ability, the making them kneel, is that you cannot be in Buddha form. That's the sucky part. The sucky part is that you have to be de-transformed to be a regular sized human or a small animal, or not a small animal, a small fruit that's enough size, like such as Kitsune or T-Rex. Even though that's not a problem, it's just not my thing, because Buddha is mostly on raids, you know, because it takes everything away and all that. Second is that it's not a tanky build. Even though the ability can heal you fast, it's not going to give you full health if you're half health, you know what I mean? So if you're very skeptical, very like cautious about it, you're probably going to die with Angel some time to time, unless you know how to truly use it. And honestly, those are the only two cons I see, but otherwise Angel is actually good in a way, and I'll actually rate it on the tier list right now. So where I would put Angel is probably B. I can kind of see it putting on C tier, because there are some very cons about it, even though Angel is a little bit good. But in my opinion, I put Angel in B tier, and the reason for it is because it has a small AoE. If you're trying to do a raid fast and trying to kill the boss fast, or do every other characters or any NPCs, I would rather stick with Angel compared to Shark, even though it has a lot of cons on Angel. But honestly, Shark is very slow, and I just can't see Shark in B tier, because if you're trying to do it fast, you want to have AoE. So our next up is our homeboy Cyborg from Teen Titans. No, I'm just kidding. But Cyborg is a really good race, honestly. It's actually perfect for raids, but not too good in a way. Even though it has, like, honestly, Cyborg has a lot of cons, but the pro about the Cyborg is that you have a multi-damage, basically a bunch of 3 balls around you, 4 or 5, I don't even know how much, and they just all tick damage. Like, they will go like back to back like an electricity would when it shocks one person to another. And the second part about this is that the shocking is really good. It does overall damage, and a really decent amount of damage, and that's what makes it better. Cyborg is a really good AoE, and probably like what, top 2, I assume. Yeah, top 2 AoE. Like, he does some good amount of damage, and you gotta love his super jumps. His super jumps are really honestly fun. Again, Cyborg is such a fun race to be like the V3. You can activate and it still shoots like little lasers of it and it still do damage. The sucky part about this, known as a con, is that the first thing is that he's expensive. Getting Cyborg is really not easy. Honestly, it's based on RNG. You have to get a Fist of Darkness, then transfer it to some raid location, and then after doing that, you have to kill Law to get a core brain, and that's like a really extremely low chance. Second thing is that his ability, I must just say it, I know you guys are gonna hate on me, but his ability sometimes suck. Now, when you use V4 max ability, it's when the ball activates, it only activates things are attacking you or you're attacking them, like the NPCs. So it only activates the ticking damage when multiple enemies are close to you. The V3 doesn't need that because you could just activate it, but yeah, the V4 kind of sucks on how you have to have multiple. So hypothetically, let's say that you're at the boss and you're attacking, and apparently you just kill all the NPC for the boss, you know? Next thing you know, you're just a cyborg. A cyborg with just Seguin, you know? You can't do much. And third is that you can't heal. So you're again, even though you're a cyborg, you can't heal really fast. You can die. So it's just like mink or human. You can still get really hurt bad and you can't self-res. Unless you have Seguin or Art, then yeah, you're gonna be okay with blood. The bloodbane drain is honestly good. So if you that, you're gonna be totally a-okay. But honestly, if you don't, you're just gonna be very worried about all this stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, Cyborg is good and all, but I don't think he should like be on A tier in my opinion. He has so many cons with him because again, it's most reliant on his like ability. And I know most of the V4s are reliant on their abilities, but we're talking about health wise, you have to be very worried. And plus, he's very expensive too when it comes to changing race, even though you could just change it to Cyborg automatically compared to Mink and like Shark and etc. because they're RNG based. Cyborg is a little bit expensive, costing around like $2,000, I think. He just deserves a B for me. I feel like he was an A because of his AoE damage attack, but it's just mostly literally relying on that and only that. I'm also gonna keep Ghoul short as well. Honestly, if you're not running Ghoul during raids, I don't know what you're doing. Now, Ghoul is, I'm gonna be huge D-writer on this guy. Ghoul is probably one of my favorite race out of all race. Even though Angel is a good race for PvP, he's only good for me on PvP. Ghoul is good for both. Honestly, it's like Mike Tyson on roids, literally. Ghoul is just so overpowered with raids, and when it comes to speed, he is the guy for you. Now, think of Ghoul as all race combined in one. That's what Ghoul is. He has the health of Angel, the tank of Shark, the damage as human, the speed of Mink, and the AoE damage of Cyborg. Ghoul is literally probably one of the best race to run in like raids. It can literally go through Buddha, Dope, all the raids without a problem. And it's the best pro about it is that when it's night, you get 2 times buff with it. You get more damage, more AoE, and the ability of the V3 gives you damage boost. Now, this is actually kind of a little bit OP when I talk about it, but Ghoul is probably one of the best one. When he activates his V4 ability, that's also another pro, he has a bunch of crows around him doing like multiple damage, ticking every time you dash around them and melee. Now, even though it's slow, it's fast when you keep continuously dashing while hitting at the same time. Ghoul's honestly overpowered in my opinion, and he's perfect for raids. He's fast. If you're trying to do fast raids with frags, with everything like that. And what's so good about Ghoul is that there's not that much cons about him too. The only con is that I can think of is when you don't have Moon available when it's Sun. So you're basically a little bit nerfed in a way. But like honestly, Ghoul is just very overpowered in a way. He's literally all in one. And honestly, if you're just gonna do everything fast, do it with Ghoul. And the way to get Ghoul is honestly, you have to get 100 ectoplasm and kill this special boss in the haunted ship that comes every night. Or not every night, depending on, it'll just say that there's something spooky in the ship. You kill him, you get the blue fire, you turn it into the chef guy, and he's honestly free. No cost of frags, he's just free. You guys already know where I'm gonna put a Ghoul at already. He's literally all the V4s in one, literally Mink, Shark, Angel, Cyborg, and Human. He's overly powered with raids. If you're trying to get it done, he's the guy. He's also free too. He's like cheap. You don't have to spend frags or do RNG to see if you can get Ghoul. He's just there. And I'm really happy that this race was come out with Blox Fruits, and he's literally perfect. He has barely any cons. So if I was you, I would use Ghoul. Hey guys, welcome to the end of the video. I want to say thank you guys for watching, sticking to the end and listening to my whole rant and dumb stuff. I'm doing a perm giveaway, a perm light. If we reach 1,500 subscribers, I'll be doing a giveaway. To enter it, all you got to do is comment down below, hit that like button and subscribe. And I also have another surprise for you guys, and it's gonna involve something totally random, and I'll post it on my TikTok, my YouTube shorts for 100% evidence, and it will be a control fruit. I will literally go to a new server, hop into a different server, whatever, find a new player, and literally just trade it in for free for him if we reach 200 likes. So smash that like button, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Stay cool, guys. Really appreciate it.